Boy, do we have an episode for you all. Region 2D playoff special and college football recap. It's your first time tuning in. This is Tyler's Talking Sports. On the other side of the mic, my brother from another mother, Tyler Hess, and myself, Tyler Castle, bringing you Tyler's Talking Sports. Hess, as always, how was your weekend, buddy?
Man, actually, probably the most laid-back weekend I have had in I can't tell you how long, because Braxton had no travel ball this weekend. Blakely have basketball practice at 8:30 Saturday, but honestly been kind of lazy this weekend, cleaning up some leaves and stuff in the yard, cleaning around the house, catching up on some of that, and been laid back. Got to watch the college football yesterday, and today been watching a little NFL and NFL Red Zone, and getting ready for this episode. Well, what about you, buddy? How was your weekend?
It was solid, man. Mine was the same way. Pretty relaxing yesterday. Cleaned around the house, did some
Absolutely.
Indoor chores, and had to put some air in my tires in my truck.
Yeah.
Temperature's changing a little bit, so went ahead and took care of that. Took some trash off. Went over to Jap over in Richlands. Yamato's, very delicious. Got the hibachi chicken, in case anyone's wondering, very good.
Hibachi chicken.
And then today, just kind of been kicking it, man. Haven't really got into much. Went to church this morning, and now we're here. Kind of taking it easy, lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
Hey, who plays today? Who plays today? NFL. Any big games? Who Steelers got today?
Big game today right now is that Buccaneers-Patriots game right now. That's the big one right now. I'll give you a quick little update on some scores, if you'd like that.
Yeah, why not?
Let's see here. We got Browns and Jets right now. Jets are up 17-14 on them. Jaguars beating the Texans. Bills beating the Bills 16-0 at halftime.
Wait, right now? The Bills are losing?
Yep, the Dolphins are up 16-0 on them at half.
Wow.
Buccaneers are down 14-10 at half against the Patriots. Giants up 10-7 on the Bears at half. Vikings up 10-9 on the Ravens at half. Saints up 10-7 at half on the Panthers. And then we had a final from Berlin, Germany, first ever NFL game in Germany. Colts ended up winning 31-25 over the Falcons in overtime. And then this evening, you got Cardinals, Seahawks, Lions, Commanders, Rams, 49ers, and the Sunday night football game is Steelers versus Chargers. And then Broncos play Thursday night.
I guess I'll have to watch that on Fubo.
Yep, yeah, watch that on Fubo because
shout out to YouTube TV. By the way, anyone that has YouTube TV, apparently today is the last day that they can come to an agreement. If they don't come to an agreement, apparently they're going to offer a $20 refund to those YouTube TV customers. So make sure you get that $20 back.
That's awful nice of them.
That's real nice. I mean, $20.
Yeah,
you got to take that, man. You got to take your wins when you can. But $20 back apparently after today. They're going to make
super
that
nice
available. Yeah. So I'm going to cancel them as soon as I get that 20 back.
Cancel as soon as you get the 20
I'm dropping them as soon as I get it, man. I need that $20. Hey, $20.
That is true. What was that? Got a big noise in my ear there. I don't know if you heard that. You probably
didn't hear that. It sounded like
Brent Humphreys. Thank you for the stars, buddy. Appreciate that so much. Thank you, big guy.
Yet, man. You ahead of me?
It's on my comments, man. It's on my Facebook comments.
No, I didn't get that.
That was loud. I've never heard that notification before. That was different. But I appreciate that, Brent. Yes, absolutely, guys.
The stars help more than you all realize.
If you guys have paid attention to us on the football field, from the tripod to the microphones to even our apparel and stuff, that money has went straight to help get that stuff. And so we appreciate that because that helps us give you all better content and helps us get our name out there a little bit more as far as apparel and help get you guys some merch as well.
Absolutely.
So, appreciate that, Brent. So, Castle. Talked about the weekend, our socials. Guys are still popping off like crazy. We're sitting at like almost 700,000 views on Facebook over the last 28 days. YouTube, we're about to cross 200 subs. We hit over 1,000 this week and followers on TikTok. So that was absolutely a monumental milestone considering we started at 87 at the beginning of this.
Less than 100.
Yeah, we're at less than 100. So we've gained almost 900 followers on TikTok this season. That's been incredible. So that's all thanks to you guys.
Facebook's been crazy too.
We
crossed 2,000 this week.
Yep. Crossed 2K on Facebook. It's been incredible. So we appreciate everybody. And we made a post about it last night. But to everybody that has been involved with getting us on the football sidelines, from Coach Norris to Principal Ryan Potts, to the families of the players, to the fans of Lebanon, to even the Russell County Sheriff's Office and stuff helping us get on the field during that Honeacre game. You guys have been you guys have been superstars, been the MVPs of this season, and we have enjoyed every aspect of it. Yes.
I got my media button, guys. We're good.
Hey,
We're good.
Yeah. But that has been absolutely incredible. I have enjoyed everything this year, and I'm excited for the playoffs Friday night. But we got a little bit to cover before we get into that. But before we go any farther, Castle, got any merch updates as far as hat orders?
I have 14 hats on order. I ordered them last week, so Tiffany probably have them sometime maybe late this week. We might have those before the first playoff game.
Okay.
So we shall see. In case people are wondering, Hess does have a PayPal now set up in case you want to send that money to Hess.
Yeah.
And then Hess is supposed to pay me back, so we'll see about that. But
it's technically our PayPal.
We'll see about that.
It's our PayPal.
I don't have the password.
It's our PayPal. You have the password. I sent you the password.
Nah.
Or was that the TV subscription?
You sent me the Fubo stuff.
Yeah,
I need the TV stuff. Yeah. I'm just picking. Guys,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Hess will share, I promise.
Also, one more thing. Shout out to Empire Ford for providing a vehicle to get us to Boone. We'd already talked about that, but also shout out to Wilbur Ford for providing a vehicle to get us to Big Stone Gap. So we appreciate that.
Anybody want to give us a vehicle to Bristol? You think? Hey, we need to have Brian. Where's Brian Long at? Is he in here?
Brian
yet?
Long? Yeah, I don't think he is. We do have 6 viewers, so we do appreciate that. And yes,
appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, Brent, we appreciate. Brent said y'all are rock stars. Appreciate everything you do. So we appreciate that, Brent. Thank you, buddy, for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate
it. So Castle, let's talk about the first game Monday. Man, I hate to even kind of talk about this one just because of just everything that went down with it, but here we are. Let's talk about it, see what we can muster out of this one without getting too upset about the outcome in that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough to watch. We went over it. I mean, Lebanon was injured from the get-go. I mean, they had Lane Jesse out, Ethan my mind's blanking on
Sorry, Easton Taylor.
Easton Taylor.
Yes.
Sorry, I was going to say Ethan Taylor. Easton Taylor. So they already had them 2 out, and then you also had number 3, Brent Hess. He was out that game as well.
Yeah, Brent Hess was out,
And then you lost a lot of players during that game too. You lost Franny, we lost Toby, those guys.
Toby.
So
then,
big losses there.
Lost Ethan Wright as well.
Yeah. So a lot of players went down, a lot of seniors, a lot of leaders on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So that was tough to watch, but no excuses. Lebanon was in this game till the third quarter. It was 14-0.
It was
rolling into half, and it should have been 7-0 if we could have got a stop there on the the 2 or 3. It should have been a stop.
Well, they had that. They got down inside the 5.
They had a bonehead penalty. Yes.
Yep. Had that. What was it? 3rd and 27, and then they got the pass interference and made it 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12, and then they converted it, and then they got punched it in with 6 seconds to go or something.
Yep.
But still, so
it was just 14-0, and I mean both teams really wasn't doing that much. Just Virginia High was kind of getting the bounces that they needed, but Lebanon was still in that game. And
they ran it until the 3rd, and then I don't know what happened. I think the wheels just came off.
Well, I mean, if you go back to it, thinking about it, halftime they came out, had a 3 and out.
Yeah.
And it was the defense was ready to go. Offense got the ball. We were like, all right, here we go. This is it. We're going to get back in this. And then things just didn't fall into place. It was a struggle defensively. It was a struggle offensively. And I feel like maybe me personally kind of being there and reading some of the stuff that we were seeing, that they were in their head a little too much. And I think it was here we go again. I feel like the Graham loss came into play in the back of their head in the Union game because they were in the Union game. And then it's one bad play and then bam, it was they were out of it. And I feel like that was part of the reason that you just kind of see them just take their foot off the gas. And Virginia High, I mean, hats off to them though, man. I mean, they came in and like I said before that game, that they came in meaning business.
Yeah, they really did.
They were silent. I mean, they were doing what they had to do warming up. And when they got in the game, they were on one mission, and that was to win that football game. And looking at it, I mean, that hurts because if you look at that and Lebanon wins that game, instead of us traveling to Bristol, we get another home game. And that one, that stung a little bit. So, but
I'm okay where Lebanon's at in the seedings.
Yeah, and we will. We'll go over that.
Finished great season 7-3. We'll go into that here in just a minute. But I mean, and like you said, Virginia High came in. They played well. They're very quick team. Cannot sleep on their quarterback. He's very fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saw the speed there. So, yeah, I mean, Lebanon has a chance to redeem themselves this coming Friday. So, if anyone's not doing anything Friday, 7 o'clock,
All right, let's fill it
Virginia
up.
High.
Let's fill up that whole visitor sideline. There's a lot of room for standing. A lot of people like standing in the end zones and stuff like that. There's a lot
Guys,
of
if
room
you can't
there.
get a seat, just tell them you're media and come down with Tess and I on the sidelines.
We're all part of Tyler's Talking Sports. That's what it is.
Yeah,
we'll
we're
just
all
fill up
family.
the whole sideline.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
They're part of the TTS team here. So
Hey,
on the sides.
absolutely, man. And you know, even after that game, and you walked out of there, and I think we were sitting there talking, and we were like, you know, and it was nothing against Virginia High. That game should have been a lot closer.
Yeah,
a lot closer. And
I feel like they were evenly. I mean, they're evenly matched in my opinion. I think
Well,
that's probably
I think-
that probably should be like the tightest game Lebanon competes in. Honestly,
and I think, man, you both said it before that game. Like, we felt like coming into that game, these two teams are very even.
Yeah.
Virginia High may have had a little bit more athletic ability, knowing who we had out in
and
that
more
game.
depth. And more
A
depth.
little bit more depth in that game. So, but I felt like Lebanon should have won that game. Ooh, appreciate the stars, Tiffany.
Stars again.
Reese, shout out to the QB1's mother.
Mr.
Appreciate
QB1,
that.
appreciate
Yes.
that.
Mama Reese in the house. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your post that you made about us too.
Yeah.
That was incredible, and we appreciate that so much, Tiffany. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tess, we ain't gonna know what to do with all these stars.
I don't know. We're gonna have to.
We'll have to come out with something new on Friday.
We're
Some
gonna
new
have
TTS, something. Some bracelets or something, man.
bracelets. Maybe a T-shirt cannon. I'd like to have one of them.
A T-shirt can. That'd be nice. That could be
That'd be
dangerous.
awesome. That would be very dangerous.
It'd be dangerous for me and you. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, that was the thing we talked about with Coach Norris after that Virginia High game. It was a quick turnaround, and we were all kind of like, how's this going to go? How are we feeling about the turnaround? And, you know, Coach Norris you could tell he was disappointed in the team, but he had confidence in what they could do, knowing he was getting Lane back, knowing Easton Taylor was coming back, even with the big injury to Toby, the injury to Franny, the injury to Ethan Wright. I felt like there was confidence, and even after the interview, you know, I know he had more interviews to go with. You could feel that, and coming into that game,
it's kind of like what he told us. You know, he's like, you're going to see something different Friday.
Yeah, and I was impressed, like, just with the way he handled that loss and handled those injuries, and I felt like that kind of rubbed up on the team. And then I told you that. See, was it Thursday? Braxton had a basketball practice at middle school. And I was there. The team was doing their Thursday walkthrough, and I was out there watching them do their 2-minute drills and everything. And I had told you, I texted you, I said, what the offense that they're showing is going to be something really exciting, because I've seen some of the stuff with Easton Taylor and the way they were using Lane. And I mean, honestly, the way even the wide receivers, Brock King has stepped up,
man. He stepped up in that Virginia High game too.
He did really well in that game, and then he continued that momentum into the Tazewell game.
Had a better game.
Yeah. But you could see, like, I was watching him practice, and Coach Norris was getting onto him, and rightfully so. But I felt like they were kind of getting back in the groove that they needed to get into to what we had seen when they were 6-0.
If you watched them Friday, if you stayed in that rain, I mean, that's the Pioneers we know. You know, they're 6-0. That's them right there.
Yeah, and
that was that offense. It looked great, man. It was good to see. We'll get into that game here in just a minute, but do you want to touch on the stats here, the Virginia High game? Yeah,
the Virginia High game on the stats. I'll get it. Granted, guys, we don't have the Virginia High side of it, but was it Dylan Graham was quarterback for them?
Yeah.
Kid had a great game. Was very athletic. I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns. I think he had 4 total.
Poole, I know his last name's Graham. I can't remember his first name.
Poole was really good for them as well. He had 2 receiving touchdowns. He had that one really big play. It was like a 75-yard touchdown. So Virginia High came to play, but let's see, make sure I got the right stats here. The Virginia High game, Mike finished 16 for 33 with 148 yards and 1 interception. No touchdowns. Kind of hated to see that, but he did have crossover 100, almost 150 yards. And then literally on the receiving side of it, Brock King stepped up. At this time was his career game, 9 receptions for 65 yards. Luke Garrett, 3 receptions for 55 yards. And then Toby had 1 reception for 20 yards. Franny, 1 reception for 5 yards. And then Luke Spencer, 2 for 3 yards. Rushing, or I don't even think Lebanon had a rushing game in that game.
Oh, yeah, they had 30 attempts and 111 yards on the ground.
Yeah, and a lot of that was
pretty much all Mike.
Yeah. And then one interception, the 6 penalties for 42 yards. Some of them penalties were big. Third down conversion, 6 for 18. Really don't like seeing that. But they did well for the most part on fourth down, but you hate seeing them have to get in that fourth down to where you feel like you got to make it. Time possession, 26 minutes. And I feel like every game that Lebanon has been really good in, they haven't had under 20.
Under 20.
Under 20. And Tiffany, we love you guys. Love you all too. So we appreciate everything from you. But yeah, Virginia High in this game, I mean, 32 rushes for 230 yards, and then they had 4 pass plays for 105 yards. Most of that was on that one big play with Poole. 4 for 7 for completions, 2 touchdowns, and then they had 6 penalties for 47 yards, 2 for 2 on fourth downs, and those fourth downs were huge in that game. And then their time of possession was 18 minutes.
Was the touchdown before the half, was that a fourth down conversion? I think it was.
I think it was, because they got them on that 3rd and 12. They stopped them, and it was like 4th and 1, 4th and 2, maybe a 4th and a long one, and then they just kind of punched it in as time expired.
That's right.
And here was the rushing. I got the rushing stats here. Mike had 24 rush attempts for 67 yards. Luke Spencer 2 rushes for 28 yards, and then Brody Booth with 3 rushes for 14 yards in that game. I think that's right.
Yeah, it was a much different game. It's a weird Monday and a awesome Friday.
It was. Friday was an absolutely incredible game.
And let's talk about the weather, too. That game was cold. Monday was freezing.
It was. Monday was – my feet were cold, dude. I didn't get froze out.
Hess and I were shaking if you go back and look at those lives. I mean –
yeah, it was cold.
Teeth chattering, I swear.
Yeah, and – that game, and then we go to the Friday night, which was senior night. And I want to shout out the seniors of all Lebanon sports for everybody that was out there, the cheerleaders, everybody. Me personally, the band. Me personally, I know what it's like to go out there and play that last home game. Granted, I got lucky enough to play in a state semifinal game for my last home game, but when you walk off that field in any school or wherever for a senior night, it's emotional. And a lot of parents, coaches, most coaches understand it, but parents or fans don't understand that, like, most of these kids, especially when the season's over and they step off that field for the last time, they don't get to go strap up a helmet and shoulder pads. I mean, you can go play backyard baseball. You can play for church leagues. You can play basketball, rec league. You can do in your driveway, play basketball and some of these other sports, soccer. You can continue golfing, but football, you don't get that brotherhood and you don't get that chance to put on that helmet, shoulder pads rarely ever again. Most kids, it's over. And senior night's always an emotional time, especially when you walk off your home field for the last time. It's like you put all your heart and soul into that, and then you walk off that field and it's taken away. Like you won't, these seniors won't ever play. Well,
shoot, it's making me emotional.
I won't say they won't, because there's a chance, if I look at the bracket correctly, we'll go over it, that they might get a game back at home depending on what happens in these playoffs. But if not, I mean, that's the last time we'll see Mike Reese at quarterback under center at Harry Stewart Field. It's the last time we'll see Toby Baker on the football field and the rest of that senior class. And it's hard. And the kids, I mean, I know Mike and them are sitting there. It may not hit them right yet because they were preparing for this playoff game, but they'll look back and just be like, that's it. And it's tough. It's gut wrenching. I mean, we all go through breakups and girlfriends we lose and stuff like that. But we can always find a different girl, another fish in the sea. But you can't put that helmet and shoulder pads back. Not always, but you can't always put that helmet back on and play with those boys and your brothers. And it's tough sometimes. And I guess that's why I think I've put a lot into this for these boys, because I know what it means to them. And you have too. I mean, you were there with me for every game I played, and it's been a fun time this year. But I am excited for the playoffs. But let's talk about this game Friday night. It was senior night, and that was the Lebanon we got used to. And I was excited. I mean, they came out, they were ready to go. First half, it was what would you say? What was your first half review?
First half, I was pleased. We finally broke the 14-point curse. We've been stuck at like 14 points. So it was the most we could get. I think we had 26 at half, right?
Yeah.
So, we broke that. We knew the rain was going to be a factor in the second half. It was good to see that we still able to run the ball and we still pass them as well. Mm-hmm. But just all the change-ups on the offense in the first half, I loved seeing. I loved seeing you didn't know who was getting the ball, and that was throwing Tazewell off big time.
It was.
And just the explosiveness of
Yep.
Lebanon's offense was back. And Mike was clicking, Lane was clicking. Brock Keane had an excellent game again.
Yep.
We touched on him there the Virginia High game, but this game, in my opinion, was his best game.
Oh yeah, he got his first career touchdown.
Yeah, so excellent week from him.
In the rain.
But in the rain. But yeah, and then I want to shout out the defense in that second half. The defense locked in. Lane Jesse led him on the defensive side. He had that huge sack there. Set up another punt for Virginia. I don't think Virginia High moved the ball.
Tazzle.
Sorry, Tazzle. I see the big V behind my head there. But
Yeah.
Tazzle, I don't think they moved the ball. I don't think they scored a touchdown, right?
No,
Second half?
I called
Yeah,
the
man,
prediction at our halftime report. I said I want to see 50 on the guest side, and I want to, or on the Pioneer side, and 14 on the visitor
You
side.
got it.
That's what we got.
I
Exactly.
was close to my prediction at the beginning of the game too.
You was.
I think I said
Very close.
52-21.
Yeah,
Something like
Yeah, you
that.
did.
So yeah, pulling for the
And-
Pioneers, baby.
My big thing, talk about that defense in the second half. You're right. Lane was doing what Lane does, what we've expected
Yeah.
out of Lane. But Luke Garrett, I felt
Yeah,
like
he was tackling, man.
he was making textbook
Having
tackles.
Brennan Hess back too was nice to see.
Yeah, having Brennan back. Brennan was locked down over there. Like they was one. Tazzle threw over to the flats, and it was lined up just like that video we posted of the Richlands game where that boy caught it in the flats and he popped him. Like I saw, here it comes, but the boy dropped it. But Luke Garrett though was making big plays. He was all over the place, and that was honestly, in my opinion, Luke Garrett's best defensive game that I've seen him play, because he was on both sides of the field trying to
had
make
the
every tackle.
interception.
Had the
Read
interception.
that perfect. Yeah, I mean he was fired up, a lot of emotion.
And
I liked being in the locker room with him while we waited during that rain delay.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to the coaching staff for allowing us, because we were kind of unsure where we were going to go during the lightning delay and everything in the rain, and we got to hang out in the locker room with the guys. Really chill. They were staying locked in. The singers were, guys, let's sit down, let's stay.
I couldn't understand their music, but yeah,
I ain't got that music down yet. I ain't
Yeah.
figured that out yet.
haven't figured out that one.
So that new age music's kind of got me off a little bit.
I can't believe it. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, but then I was sitting there in that locker, and I was kind of taking it all in and looking at him. And then Mike sat down beside me, and then he was watching Tom Brady videos and getting locked in. I mean, what other guy would you like for your quarterback to be watching than Tom Brady? A guy who knows how to win, locks in. And then he started watching Michael Jordan highlight videos and even asked me the question, who's my GOAT in the NBA? And I was like, MJ for sure. But like, that was cool to see. Like, it was different from the locker room that I would have been in back when I played, but it fit that play style. And
It's good emotion.
Kids.
Good emotion there. Everybody's happy. Everybody's having a good time.
It was. And
he's ready to come out for that second half.
There were several times though, Mike and some other singers stepped up. It's like, guys, the game's not over, and there's still the fight chance. And they were staying locked in on the job at hand, but they were also loose enough to be like, it's time to play football. So I was excited to see that. And then they come in, they're like, what, 6 minutes, and we're going back, and we're like, all right, let's go. And we thought the rain was over.
Open the door,
and it was a monsoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
It
bad
was
out there.
It was, and
my jeans were rather soaked.
Dewey Lawrence, Mike Reese going to figure it out in Virginia High. We're definitely hoping so. We're going to touch base on that game here in a little bit, what we're thinking about that, Dewey. And Tiffany, sorry if we brought some tears to the eyes over talking about the seniors.
Yeah,
last
got
time.
emotional there. Sure.
Yeah, it was. And that I hated it, but I liked being on that sideline beside Toby. I mean, as everybody else wished he would have been out there on that field. Toby was sitting there leading that team from the sideline. He was talking to him when he could. He was doing what we expect out of Toby and what he's done all year on the field, and just picking his brain while he was standing there a couple times. It was good to see. But I know that had to be hard for Toby, but they played so well. And like we said, final score in that Tazewell game was 50-14. Tazewell, I will say, I think I said a couple times to you, they're building something up there. They can just
they got a lot of size.
Get their head on a little bit, get their emotions in check.
Which two of their main players were suspended.
They were,
in that game, so that's something to take into account.
Their quarterback, freshman, honestly, I don't think he played bad. I think for a freshman, he played pretty well. We've seen some really big bright spots with him. Very mobile, has a pretty good arm on him. Tazzle can build around him and get him a run game going and keep that line the way they got it. Tazzle's going to, in a couple of years, I think we'll be a little nervous and worried about playing Tazzle.
Yeah,
because Tazzle's a good little football program, good coaching staff. Shout out to their AD, Brent Coleman. TTS supporter. God's helped us with some stuff we've posted, so we appreciate him. He's doing well up there at the Tazewell Athletic Department. Castle, anything else on this game before we go over the stats of the Virginia High game?
I was just happy to get back in the win column. Let me say that. It felt good to finish. We have a better record this year than we did last year, so 7-3. It's an improving year, and just looking forward to playoffs.
I'm pumped for the playoffs.
I'm ready. I told Hess if I had to suit up, I'll go. I mean,
I got my helmet. I got my helmet in here.
Yeah, as long as you got your helmet. I mean, yours is a little old school now, but
all right.
We'll see what we can do.
But I did hate that we weren't able to get no interviews. Potts was behind us principal, and he said the Lightning's getting ready to start. And as soon as he said that, they struck the Lightning, and they called the game with 2 minutes to go, a little under 2 minutes, and they were getting everybody off the field. But granted, it was pouring the rain, so I don't know how good an interview would have been, and we didn't want to hold the kids up. And
we owe the cheerleaders interviews, just in case any of them are listening.
Yeah, I did talk to them. I told them we're going to get them at the Virginia High game, probably right before the kickoff and all that stuff.
It's supposed to be pretty this Friday.
It is supposed to be great weather.
Finally.
Yeah, and except for tomorrow. But tomorrow is going to be cold.
It's already getting cold outside.
Tomorrow and Tuesday is going to be really cold. I think it's going to be feel like 10 degrees Tuesday morning, so be ready for that.
Awesome.
And for any of the kids out there, high school kids or teachers that may be listening, y'all might get a snow day.
Good possibility.
I've heard 1 to 3 inches possible. So winter weather advisory.
Is that tonight or Monday through Tuesday?
That is starting late tonight through Tuesday morning.
Late tonight. So be careful if you're out there on them roads.
I say the roads will be okay because it's been kind of warm.
Today was like 60 degrees. So
yeah, the roads will be, unless it comes down like crazy. But going to be really cold the next couple of mornings, so y'all be safe out there with that. But looking at the stats from the Virginia High game, this is more what we've been used to with Lebanon. See here, Lane Jesse, he was definitely our MVP of this game. 5 receptions for 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. That one reception down the sideline where he kept his feet in bounds and was actually taking a haymakers from number 2 from Tazewell. That was an absolute beauty
number
of a pass.
Number 2 was a rowdy little player.
He was. But also, I want to shout out here, we talked about him, Brock King. 6 receptions, 140 yards, and his first career varsity touchdown. And that was probably the highlight of the entire game because that sideline,
that was a beauty pass
team, the fans, the parents, everybody. And it was in the pouring rain, Yeah. And it was a heck of a grab. Like
he grabbed it like right down low. I don't know how he really caught that.
Right about his knee. And then you could tell he got in the end zone. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But he was so excited, and that was really cool to see. So I was extremely happy for Brock. He's had a big week, and I definitely expect that to continue against Virginia High.
Gonna have to.
Looking on the rushing side, I was glad to see this too. 16 rush attempts for Lane Jesse for 82 yards, 2 tutties. And then Mike Reese, 11 rush attempts for 48 yards and a touchdown. There's a couple 2-point conversions I think Mike got there too, so that was good to see. Easton Taylor checked into the rushing attack here too with 6 carries for 47 yards. We talked about Easton Taylor a lot there. They put him in motion a lot to kind of move the defense and
get around hard.
He did show up on a stat sheet here, but there was a lot of stuff that Easton Taylor was doing out there, blocking on some of them, picking up the blocks, making a hole for the wide receivers and stuff. So Easton Taylor had a great game. I was really impressed with him, and it really helped to have him back on that defensive side of the ball too, to complement Lane and Brennan Hill. Brennan Hill was back out there. I know he played against Tazewell, but he looked a little bit more fired up and ready to go in that game. So it was good to see on the defensive side of it. And then Mike finished 13 for 15, only had 2 incompletions. That's pretty impressive considering the second half and how the weather was. 235 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
He was locked in.
Mike was locked in from the get-go in that game. Even during the pregame warm-ups, we were kind of watching him, and you could tell he was ready to fling it.
I like this. I like the moving him out to the right. I like that.
Yes.
Norris and them did a great job with, I thought he called an excellent game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Probably best game this year. As far as offensive scheme, I think.
Yeah, especially with coming into the game after the way the Virginia High game went and how they came into that game, it was really good to see that offense be able to – you've seen a different side of the offense, a side we hadn't really seen. So that was really cool to see out of the Pioneers. And then, they had 20 first downs, had 41 rush attempts for 188 yards, 229 yards passing.
Very balanced attack.
Very balanced attack. No turnovers in the game, so that was huge. That's a big thing. It's kind of hurt the Pioneers. Still, I'd like to see them clean up the penalties. 6 penalties for 63 yards. Some of them were some ticky-tack calls, but some of them were like, come on, guys, what are you doing? 3rd down, 3 for 8 on that. 4th down conversions.
Some of them holding calls, man.
They were.
I don't know about that. They were a little iffy.
Stat sheet here shows one sack or no sacks, but we know Lane had one or two.
Yeah, one.
I think Wesley Alexander had one.
Colby Fry had one.
Colby Fry had, I think he had more than one. I think he had one or two around the end position. So that was good to see. And then time of possession, 23 minutes and 36 seconds. So that's about in the ballpark of where we see Lebanon really flourishing on offenses when they're in that 18 to 24 minute type offense. I think the best game they had was the Roy Retreat of Virginia
or 16 minutes.
Richland, 16 minutes. So and then on the other side of the ball, Tazewell, defense. Shout out to the Lebanon defense here, holding them to 21 yards rushing and 96 yards passing. Incredible game by the defense. Probably the best one they've had all year. I think you mentioned that before. Also had the turnover, Luke Garrett on the interception, so that was really big to see. And then time of possession was about even, 23 minutes and 46 seconds for the Tazewell Bulldogs.
One thing I want to see circle there is Tazewell was only 2 for 9 on third down.
Yeah, 2 for 9, and that was big. That was huge. Big. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Lebanon's defense, man. And then again, shout out to Coach Norris. I mean, I love the offensive scheme, love the play calling. Just switched it all up, in 3 days, really.
Yep. And
so yeah, it was nice to see.
And that's hard to do. That's hard to come in and be like flip it around that fast. I mean, it's really hard. And Brent Humphrey's defense was lights out, especially in the second half. Yeah, that second half was incredible.
They were excellent.
It was incredible to see. Looking ahead, Castle, we got the playoff bracket here, the Region 2 playoff bracket, brought to you by Tyler's Talking Sports, Next Level Fitness Club, Brian White Insights, Little's Lawn Care, and Brian Long over at Wallace Kia, Subaru, and Volkswagen.
In Bristol.
At the top of the bracket, you have the 1 seed in Union. They will be taking on Lee Saturday at 2 p.m. And then you have Graham playing at Richlands against Gate City. Graham is the 4 seed. Gate City is the 5 seed. Ridgeview, 2 seed, will be hosting Richlands, number 7 seed. And then our game Friday night at Gene Malcolm Stadium in Bristol, Virginia. Lebanon, 6 seed, takes on number 3 seed Virginia High. Castle, before we get into the Lebanon game, looking at this bracket without just blatantly saying too much about them, who do you see advancing to the second round?
Who do I see advancing to the second round
besides
the Pioneers?
Yeah, besides the Pioneers. And then do you see any upsets possibly happening?
I do see an upset here, a couple upsets. I'm going to make some fans mad here, but it'll be all right. Number 8, Lee and Union. Watch out. Lee surprised a lot of people. They beat Abilene this past week, this past Friday. So that could be interesting. Lee's got a heck of a quarterback. Yeah, could be exciting. Union does what Union does, though, in the second half. So I still look for Union to advance. They are probably one of the best teams I've seen play.
Very well coached.
Another potential upset here is Graham and Gate City. Gate City outmatches Graham on the line as far as weight. But Graham, I watched them play. They're tough. Just a hard-nosed football team. They're disciplined.
Quarterback. Palmer.
Yeah, the quarterback's excellent. They got some good cornerbacks. They match up well on the defensive side. They can play one-on-one coverage and stack the box if they need to. I mean, I don't know. Graham's tough, man. Gate City though, everybody's forgetting. I mean, they about beat Dobbins Bennett.
Yeah,
they were in that game, and Dobbins Bennett is no slouch. So yeah, that's a tough. And honestly, if I'm Graham, that's probably the toughest opening game.
Oh yeah.
As far as what ifs.
Yeah, I think that's where Graham that hurt him at the beginning.
True.
See, Dewey Lawrence is already saying Graham's advancing, going to play Union 30 and beat Union 35-14.
Interesting.
I see why that's said. I understand that completely. A lot of D1 recruits on that Graham side. Coach Palmer's a great coach there, quarterback. His son,
and they're all healthy. Everybody needs to remember that. When they played in the regular season, Graham was not healthy.
Yeah. And I mean, I know Gate City, they played Ridgeview Friday night.
I would love to see that matchup again.
I would too. I think
personally.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I had to pick some, possibilities, Gate City and Graham would be the one that
I will say, if I'm Graham and I know how they're coached and I know how they play, don't go into that game thinking you've already got it made. Because Coach Housewright, his son Caden Housewright, and that the offensive, the defensive line for Gate City, like you mentioned, that's a great mention you made there about that Dobbins Bennett game earlier in the season. They were in that game. I mean, they lost by 1 or 2 points in that game. Gate City is a tough team. They're
No
kind of
slouch
like
here.
like Graham as far as a 5 seed and a 4 seed sitting here. Like,
Yeah.
You
Could be
know,
higher.
yeah, they definitely could be higher. I mean, I put them very equivalent to Union. I think Graham's definitely.
I think those three teams are very comparable.
Yes, very comparable. I think the only difference between Graham and Gate City that I see is I think Graham's got better quarterback play. They can stretch the field a little bit better. But the matchup, like you said, is going to be in the trenches there with that offensive defensive line. How Richland or how Gate City keeps the pass rush off.
If we weren't traveling to Virginia High, I would be going to this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I mean, this game is played in Richlands. I do hate that for the Graham fans and stuff like that. I hate that they didn't get their lights up in time for. Yeah, they got to travel to get to Richlands, one of their bitter rivals, and play on the R. So that's kind of crappy. But I like that matchup too. I think that's going to be one a lot of people's going to keep their eyes on. This number 2 versus number 7 seed Ridgeview playing at or Richlands traveling to Ridgeview. Ridgeview's been like at times it's like, man, they're dominating everybody, and then there's times it's like
Union dominated them.
Yeah,
Union dominated everybody this year so far.
Yeah,
but
Richlands been playing a lot better.
Richlands has turned it around.
Boyd at quarterback has been really good. I think he eclipsed 2,000 yards passing so far this season. Richlands, since the Lebanon game, they have been a completely different team.
Turned it around. Yeah, I don't know. I still think Ridgeview has the edge. I think they're just bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Clintwood, old school over there. I mean, those boys just bread and butter is football. So I'm still going to take Ridgeview in that one. I just think they're just a more talented team. I do think Richlands could maybe shock some people here.
I agree with what Brent Humphreys just said here on our thing. I think Richlands will give Ridgeview a fight.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. I think, honestly, I think all these teams will put up a fight, honestly, because we're in the playoffs now. Usually teams turn it on. You see the hustle. You see the motivation, playoff rounds, playoff season.
The only one, I mean, I know Lee played really well against Abingdon. They are 5-5 coming into this game. If they hadn't beat Abingdon, they're probably not sitting there at the 8 seed.
Right.
And I think Union's is going to be too much. It might be close first quarter, but I think Union will be too much.
I mean, I think Union pulls away with it second half.
Yeah.
I'm just saying don't sleep. I mean, don't count Lee out. I mean, they did beat Abingdon, and Abingdon's no slouch.
And it is a Saturday game, a 2:00 game, so kind of different time period there for both of them. So that'll be interesting. I think the Graham Gate City game could be close. I do think the Richlands Ridgeview game will be a close game. I think that'll be close, and keeping our eye on that one, because if Richlands pulls that one out, Richlands travels in round 2. They will travel to either Lebanon or Virginia High.
Yeah.
So Lebanon could draw 2 rematches.
Got to win this first one, Hess. Got to win this first one.
They do. And look at that. I mean, Richlands played Virginia High, I think, early in the season too. So that's another rematch game for them. But looking at our game, 7:00 Friday night, Pioneers versus the Bearcats. Literally, we're what are they going to be, like 10 days apart from playing each other?
Yeah, pretty much. Played on Monday and then following Friday.
Yeah. So what are you thinking going into this game in Bristol Friday night, 7:00?
I'm thinking, hey, let's run the offense we just ran against Tazewell, and then defense just lock in like you did. Let's just repeat what we did against Tazewell.
Yeah.
If we can repeat that and do what we did, know what we can do, the first 6 games of the season, and just play their style of football and,
absolutely,
have a balanced attack like they did, I think that will surprise Virginia High.
Well, what I'm looking at here, and I mentioned this to you through text messages, again, it breaks my heart that Toby Baker's not out there on that field.
Right.
But if you go back to the Union game, I think he had 2 receptions for 18 yards.
They double teamed him.
Yeah, he got double teamed. He didn't do nothing he had the touchdown against Graham, but he got double teamed there. I truly think if Lebanon can get back to seeing, if I'm Coach Norris, and I don't mean to, throw the Toby's injury at him, but be like, guys, Toby's a great athlete. He's a touchdown a game. We know what Toby can do. We know what attention he draws. But look what we did in a game where Toby was non-existent against Union. That game was close. I mean, that fourth quarter, it got away from him. But honestly, you take away the pick 6 by Cam Bostic and some other little miscues, that's a lot. That's a 1-score game at worst for Lebanon. And I really think coming into this game, if Lebanon can just believe, and Mike can sit here and be like, man, look what Brock King's done for me. Look what Luke Garrett's done to me. Look what Lane's done for me in the receiving game. And I know Mike's got the confidence in those guys. We have seen
Easton Taylor.
Easton Taylor. I mean, I think Easton Taylor could be a guy that we need to kind of watch out for to make.
I'm gonna say your key difference makers for this game. Obviously, having Lane back is going to be huge.
Yes.
Hopefully, everyone can stay healthy this game. That's one of my biggest concerns. Got to get through these playoffs healthy if we make it to the next round. So that's number one. Number two, Brock King got to step it up just like he has past 2 games. I think giving him the ball boosted his confidence this past week. So
yes, absolutely.
Get him open, get him those deep shots. I think if you have that as a factor, that'll play a big role. And then lastly, I want to see the defensive ends do what they did at Tazewell.
Yes,
I mean, Colby Fry and
I mean,
Lane Jesse destroyed them on the second half.
I mean, even Mike playing defensive end at a time.
A couple times. Yeah.
I mean,
so that's my 3 little factors. If you can throw in that, and like I said, I love the new play calling, the back and forth, not knowing who's getting the ball. You and I were starting to pick up on the play calling. We kind of knew what was coming. So, just do what you did against Tazewell, and I think we have a way different game against Virginia High. I think we at least have a game. Let's say that.
I mean, I think Virginia High and Coach Patterson, they're going to come in ready to go. I mean, it's their home turf, playoff game. And here's the thing, too. This is if you could take last year and flip the Graham game into the Union game, we're looking at the exact same kind of thing, other than the fact that Lebanon won the last regular season game.
And thank God it's a Friday night game.
We won't say exactly what Coach Norris said to us at halftime, but we're happy that it's not a Saturday game. Keep that momentum going. But I mean, last year we lost to Virginia High, we lost the double overtime game to Tazewell, and then we lost to Virginia High in the first round of the playoffs at Virginia High.
Yeah, losing to them, man. It's time.
I think it is time to turn the page there and move on from it. I think Virginia High is going to come in ready to play football.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be ready to come in and do what we expect out of Virginia High. But I do think it's going to be a different Lebanon team on that field. I think they're going to be motivated. And I want to talk about the defensive ends because, I mean, that was my position. I think how many times this year have you heard me say to you, like when we're sitting on the sideline, like the ends have got to keep contained. And that's killed them. But that Tazewell game, we've seen them stay at home and wait for the ball to come back to them, and that was huge. And I think that's that on the defensive side of it. If the ends can stay at home, do the responsibility as far as the defensive end, let Lane direct them guys, direct the ball carrier to your ends. It's a completely different game for Lebanon against Virginia High.
And let me say this too: Tazewell, as far as size, I mean, they're just as big as Virginia High.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not bigger. I mean, and it was good to see him get around, and push them around a little bit on that line. Yeah. So. Game's still won in the trenches at the end of the day.
It is, and we don't talk about it enough, but the defensive line and the offensive line for Lebanon, I know they've taken a beating, and I know that there have been times, fans and stuff are like, come on, we got to block or we got to push them back a little bit, but they stepped up, and I was happy to see it.
It's a young line.
Yeah. It is, and I'm excited to see what they can do Friday night. I'm excited about the game. Won't give our prediction yet. I mean, everybody kind of knows which side we're going with, but we won't give our prediction until we do our pregame live Friday night. But I'm excited about it.
Tune in.
Playoff football. It's going.
Where should Hess and I eat before that game? That's the real question. We
if anybody
some good grub.
Yeah, what do you people that's traveling over there or been to Bristol, which we've been to Bristol a lot ourselves. But
I've never been. Where's Bristol at, Hess?
Somewhere near Euclid, somewhere near. I mean, we can go to 620 and get sushi. I mean, we can do whatever we want.
We're on a tight time, though.
Yeah, we are on tight times because due to me getting off a little late. But, we got to figure out somewhere to eat, set up and everything. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited for some playoff football. I'm hoping this isn't our last week of covering Lebanon football. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to and if Andy Bowers is watching by any chance, I know you're respectably picking Virginia High, but I hope we can win it and I can come over and shake your hand and tell you good game. Because, last time I played on that field, last time I stepped on that field supporting the Pioneers in any way, I came away with a 54-0 victory. So maybe I can get some little bit of that old school mojo put into the team. Maybe we can come away with
I don't think we'll see that. I'm gonna say it's
I don't either.
Closer score.
I do think it's a close game.
I don't think it's going to be like it was at Lebanon. I'll say that.
I agree with that. I agree. I don't think it'll be.
I hope to God I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think it will be a close game for sure. Anything else you want to add to the playoffs? Anything else you want to talk about? Any other teams here you want to talk about before we move on?
I think this playoff could be very interesting. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are Graham Union all the way in that.
Well, that's the thing. Round. If it is Graham Union all the way,
you're going to have one of them lose out in that second round.
Somebody's gone before the championship. So
yeah.
That bottom, I think the bottom bracket,
The
has
bottom half, yeah, they might have the momentum.
The bottom has the most potential to shock people, I think. I mean, Ridgeview is Ridgeview. We know what they've done all year. They've been kind of up and down at times, but played Abington close, end up winning, beat the brakes off of Gate City in the second half. Richland's a completely different football team than what they were when we played them at home in game 3 of the season. And then Virginia High Lebanon. Lebanon's a different team coming into that one. And it's a short little leap. So, Virginia High doesn't get much of a time to sit here and be like, you know what, this is a different team. So
right.
That's going to
They're
be
going to be looking for
see.
the same style Lebanon, hopefully.
Brent Humphrey said Southern Craft first to eat at.
Southern Craft.
Oh, it's a barbecue.
Barbecue place, baby. Might have to get that to go.
Ooh, might have to get that to go. It might be good.
Might be good.
But yeah, I think that bottom half of that bracket is going to be the one that is a lot circled. And that Graham Gate City game, that's going to be interesting how that goes, especially.
That's the biggest one, in my opinion.
Yeah, because
I'm very curious. I'm gonna be trying to get updates on that one while we're at.
Yeah, I think all these games are Friday night except for Union Lee. They play Saturday at 2 p.m.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, but looking ahead, it's gonna be interesting. This bracket, the way it could play out. That bottom half might pull off an upset. Noah Owens, hey, what's up, buddy? But I'm excited about it. I'm excited for playoff football. It's a completely different atmosphere. It's going to be exciting, and I want to see the Pioneers get that first playoff win since 2009.
Be nice.
It would be very nice. But
gosh, 2009. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's time, dude. It's time.
It is time. Anything else on the high school football side of things before we do a little quick recap on some college football?
No, just GBR, baby.
GBR, go Big Red.
GBR will be there Friday night, guys.
Yep, Friday night. But Saturday, Castle, you got to actually watch some football and
shout out to Pubo.
Yeah, shout out to Pubo. Take it all in. I think I texted you about this first game, this Ohio State-Purdue game, and then when I did, any luck that Purdue had, it went completely out the window.
It was 3-0 when you texted me, and I said Ohio State's getting ready to score, so it's 7-3 there. And then, Ohio State does what Ohio State does.
Yep.
They took off, baby. 34-10 in that one. Sayan's just a monster, honestly, for a freshman.
Yep.
That team, I'm telling you, that's a very, very tough team.
It is a very tough team.
And I would not be surprised if they don't win it again.
Let me see if I can get a quick update. AP poll came out an hour ago. No changes really in your top 5. Still Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Alabama, and then Georgia at 5th. And then Ole Miss 6, Oregon 7, Texas Tech 8, Notre Dame 9, and then Texas back in the top 10 at 10th.
Wow.
Oklahoma 11, BYU drops to 12th, Vandy up to 13th, Georgia Tech 14, Utah 15th, Miami 16, USC 17th, Michigan 18, Louisville after their upset loss to Cal, they dropped to 19, UVA after getting upset by Wake Forest, they dropped to 20th, Tennessee Volunteers 21st, Cincinnati Bearcats 22nd. Welcome to the AP poll, Pitt Panthers 23rd. Welcome to the AP poll, JMU 24th, and to round out your top 25, University of Southern Florida Bulls and Alex Golesh.
Alex Golesh back in the top 25. Okay. How about JMU, man, getting a big win against Marshall?
We got some comments here. We got a Pioneer prediction. Lebanon Pioneers 43, Virginia High 17.
Ooh.
I like that, but I think it's still going to be close. And Blue Farm, don't count my U Bears out. No, not at all.
We haven't.
I just think looking ahead, I'm not sold on Graham playing them in the second round. I'm not sold on it being Graham Union second round, but I do believe that it will be Union in the second round. And what happens from that point, we'll touch base there after that. But no, not counting out the Union Bears, Keith Chandler, Cam Bostic, the coaching staff at Union, and Union has the driver's seat. They get to host all the way through, so that's big.
That's true.
That's big.
Yeah, they get the host.
Yep.
At 1 seed, baby.
Part of the game of the day yesterday, Indiana at Penn State. Before the game, they interviewed Coach Seghetti, and they said Indiana has never won here. And he looked straight at the announcer and said, or the
We've
reporter,
never played here.
This team has never played here. And I thought that was the comment of the year because he's not lying. That team and him have never played there, and it was an absolute barn burner of a game. 27-24 was the final in that game, and it took probably the catch of the year by, was it Amari Hamilton?
I believe so. Yeah, I don't know how in the world he got his foot down.
That second foot, I have no idea how he got down. So if you haven't seen that, guys, check that out. That was an incredible play, incredible. Even Mendoza, that was his Heisman moment. That throw.
That was a Heisman drive, man.
Yeah.
They had, a minute 46 or something like that when he took over?
Yeah.
They were trailing, 20 to 24.
Yeah, and then, he got rushed, got
touchdown.
hit. And to me, it looked like he was throwing it out of bounds. And he just put it right there where his receiver could catch it, and he came down with it. So that was an incredible game there by them. But Indiana escapes. Mendoza has his
Penn State's
Heisman.
just deflated. That fan base.
Yeah.
Been a rough season.
6 straight losses. First time since like 1970 something they've had 6 straight losses.
Wow.
So that's huge for them. Another big game yesterday. I thought this one would be a lot closer, but Texas A&M is doing some big things, especially with Marcel Reed at quarterback. They ended up beating Missouri at Missouri 38-17. Missouri just couldn't do much.
Missouri out of the top 25, huh?
They are out of the top 25, and I kind of wonder if some of the
Drinkowitz rumors.
The Drinkowitz rumors are kind of affecting the team and how they're playing. So that was they're not the same Missouri
big play
team.
there from Texas A&M too. They ran a fake punt. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I did.
For like a 40-yard gain. I think that that solidified the game right there.
Yeah, it did. It gave them all the momentum, and they just didn't look back there.
Yeah.
LSU, Alabama, yes, no, we did watch it. We're going to talk about it right here. Alabama at home. DeBoer has still yet to lose a home game at Alabama.
Do you know in the first 2 seasons, he's won the most games against ranked opponents?
Yep. People want him fired. That's crazy.
I don't know why. Yeah.
But DeBoer.
I think it's 20-something already.
Yeah. DeBoer and the Crimson Tide ended up winning this game 20-9, but honestly, this game was a lot closer. Nussmeier got benched in the early part of the third quarter. They put Van Buren in, and honestly,
for those that don't know, Nussmeier was a Heisman candidate prediction in the preseason,
and they projected number 1 overall draft pick.
Yeah,
and now he is down. They talked about it last night. They said he's down to a 5th or 6th round draft pick.
Dear Lord.
And when they benched him, Van Buren came in for LSU, and actually they moved the ball. They fumbled the ball on the goal line, which would have made it 15-17 or something like that. I think it was 15-17 is what the score would have been. And then Alabama went down and kicked a field goal right there to make it 20-9. The score never really changed. But LSU moved the ball a lot better with Van Buren at quarterback. Kind of shocked to see that. But, yeah, the coaching, no Brian Kelly.
Another letdown season.
It was. But their defense, they were playing really good. They were all over. It was the most quarterback pressures Ty Simpson, whatever his name is, has faced all season long. They talked about that. But there's still no run game from either one of these teams. Jam Miller was held to
Jam Miller's had what, 2 breakout games?
Yeah, 2 breakout games. And LSU is still yet to find somebody to run the football for them. Ole Miss dominated the Citadel 49-0. They did have the halftime proposal at Lane Kiffin.
I put $5,000 on the Citadel to win that one.
Oh man, you should have done that.
Close.
I know you and Tyler Castle went to high school with my brother JJ. And yep, we did. Yep, we did go to high school with JJ. Big game here, and I thought this one was going to be the game of the day. And Texas Tech came out and said, "Nope."
Dude, Texas Tech made it to the 4th without BYU scoring.
Yeah.
I think it was 16-0 or something like that going into the 4th. Yeah, Texas Tech's dominant.
Yeah,
they just had that one little slip-up game. Other than that, they've been – I think it was against Arizona State, right?
Yep, they had that slip-up game there, and that was the last kind of last-minute type of drive, too, for Arizona State.
It was.
And since then, Arizona State's lost a quarterback and some other players, so they're a completely different team.
Yeah.
This was the one game I watched this entire game in the entirety. It was a monsoon, reminded me of the Friday night.
At Lebanon versus Tazewell.
Yes, this game was an absolute just flood of rain, and Oregon ended up escaping 18-16, kicked a field goal at the end of the game to win this game. But
was that 39? Is that what you said?
39-yard field goal.
In the rain?
In the rain, pouring rain.
Must be nice to have a kicker. That's all I'm going to say. Must be nice.
Yeah, that was an incredible game by Iowa. Their defense played well. The quarterback played well. Their quarterback actually outperformed Dante Moore, which was kind of surprising there. But
Dante Moore's had back-to-back games, pretty bad.
Yeah, it's been iffy.
He got hurt, though, in that one game.
He did get hurt, and I don't know if that's been affecting him. But Oregon, they escaped. It's a tough place to play. It was at Iowa. At Iowa, we know that defense is one of the best in the country every single year. Then you had the Navy Notre Dame game. A lot of people were saying this was going to be kind of close. One of them games that Notre Dame could overlook, but C.J. Carr absolutely tore him up. It was another
Heisman talks yet.
He should be. If he's not, he definitely should be.
He has turned it on.
Yeah. He played really well. That game was a weather game, a lot of rain in that game as well. And then it turned to snow in the fourth quarter, so that game was snowing. But Notre Dame pulled away in that one and just became a little bit too much for Navy to handle. You got two upsets here back to back in the ACC. The two teams pretty much leading the ACC this year, Virginia and Louisville, ended up losing both at home. Wake Forest ended up winning 16-9 against UVA.
2 back-to-back weeks that UVA's lost.
It is.
That was last week.
That was a tough game by them, but Ashburn played really well for Wake Forest. He was leading that team. And then Cal ended up winning 29-26 in overtime. I think Louisville had to come back in that game to make it an overtime game.
Wow.
Then Syracuse.
Cal's not been bad this year.
Cal's not been bad. I think they're bowl eligible now. I think they're 6 and.
They got a good quarterback and a very good wide receiver. Yeah.
And think about this: Mendoza was at Cal. They transferred to Indiana, so he could have been there, and that could have been interesting to see. Crazy game here. Auburn, Vandy. You talked about this one. Me and texting a little bit back and forth about this one. Vandy, if you're beating them, you got to really just keep on beating them because they don't give up.
They do not quit. Diego Pavia, I gotta give him credit. He don't quit, man.
They do not quit. This game ended up going to overtime.
They asked him after the game. I'm pretty sure they asked him like, what keeps him going or something like that. He's like, teams that didn't make me an offer.
Yeah, they think because he had no D1 offers at all.
What a saying, dude.
And had no offers when he transferred from New Mexico. He had nothing. Nobody wanted him to transfer either. So he's essentially a walk on it.
You got to respect it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the team's feeding off that energy. But they end up winning that game in overtime, 45-38.
Let me ask that: with Pavia leaving this year, do you think Vandy comes back next year? We see Vandy here again?
Depends. I mean, they are trying to steal Jared Curtis from Georgia, the projected number one recruit quarterback. He's from Nashville, so they're trying to steal him out of his commitment to Georgia. So they get him. It's time to ball out again.
Different football program down there in Vandy, huh?
It is a lot different football program. Auburn fired Hugh Freeze, played really good. Bench Jackson Arnold, didn't start him in this game, went with the backup.
Backup looked good.
Yeah, Auburn looked really good in this game. Probably the best game they've had all year as far as the way they were looking. And then to round it out, guys, the recap, Miami ended up throttling Syracuse. Syracuse, I think, lost 5 or 6 straight. Fran Brown absolutely lost his mind on the sideline to his team. I've never seen a coach outside of Nick Saban explode the way he did on his team.
Well, there one time, Syracuse was clicking.
They were, but then they lost. Ever since they lost Angeli, ever since he tore his ACL, that team has went downhill. They haven't won a game since Angeli went out, so that was huge for them. And then to round it out, Washington ended up getting upset by Wisconsin, 13-10.
There's Wisconsin. Where they been?
Yeah, where they been? That defense played good there. Washington's been a really high-potent team, but
just 10 points. Wow.
Yeah,
interesting.
But, Castle, that's all I got, buddy. I don't got anything else here to talk about unless you want to say something else about some high school or some college.
No, I think that's good too. We're right at the hour mark. So I think that's all I had. I mean, again, guys, if you don't have anything going on this Friday, there's a lot of good football games in the region. But Hess and I, of course, will be at the Virginia High game to cover our Pioneers. Hoping for a dub there. We'll see. We'll give you our score predictions, pregame live, halftime updates, and then postgame interviews. Hoping for a win, guys. Need a win.
Absolutely. We appreciate everybody stop by. Shout out to Tiffany Reese and Brent Humphreys for the stars. We appreciate that. Yes. That means everything to us. Hope you guys have a great week. Stay warm tomorrow if you're in Southwest Virginia. It's going to be cold. It's going to be really cold the next 2 days, but it's going to warm up by the end of the week. So y'all have a great week. We appreciate you guys stopping by. See y'all. Castle, not going to say